Hello, hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity Continuum Aeon ASIYAH. I am your humble story guide, Scott. Here are my awesome players. Our pronouns and information are on the screen in the show notes. When last we left our psychic freelancers, they had a nice little meeting with a cool kin girl. Bells ring in the evening. The subversive...
Such a crush.
The very subversive child of one of the kin diplomats here in Earth space, who wants to foment a cultural... No, I'm not going to say cultural revolution. That's not what I want. That's not the vibe. That's not the vibe.
Music revolution.
It could be a vibe.
A rock and roll revolution.
There
we go.
Rock and roll will never die.
Yeah,
amongst her people, amongst her peers, so that true, open communication, collaboration amongst kin and human can truly start. And to help them, these psychic criminal guys.
We're so good at it.
So lots of plannings were had. It ended with her going off on her little bio scooter through a portal, through thousands of millions of light years, back to her college, job fair, training ground, lack of a better term.
Vocational school.
The mixing waters is what they call it, so that she could do some planning and get some information on, start making some contacts, talking to some of her friends, starting the operation from her end. You guys have a synchronized time signature for when you need to open up another portal for her to come back. But in the meantime, she says feel free to mess around with her tech. She has like a couple of little samples for you to start experimenting on to try and come up with like something that you guys can wear that will not raise too many eyebrows. Something that combines the functionality of your bioenvironment suits and appear to be a piece of kin biotech called a servitor that would be very questionable if humans would know about it, because kind of quacks like a slave, walks like a slave, has rudimentary thought and language like a person.
And if you can...
Looks like a person.
Yeah,
It's like, well, don't worry, we grew it lobotomized.
effectively.
Doesn't make it any better. That doesn't make it.
You're right, it sure doesn't.
But it is something that is completely culturally accepted amongst the kin, that they don't talk about because they know how you'd react. But she was very trusting in giving you that information, as well as showing you what she actually looks like.
Yeah.
Alex, like, she's never going to let us live through this.
So yeah, you are in her apartment, alone, without her.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
I'm going to lick all her stuff. No. I'm going to play with that baker.
Okay.
Also, I was checking to see how long you have size 7.
Oh God, how long?
My duration, the duration is my dots,
So 5 hours?
It's 5, yeah.
I feel like a god.
Yeah, you have got a lot of power running through you right now.
Oh, I feel amazing.
I know this is great to play with this technology and all, but we could
What's
go
up?
look for that Quantakinetic person.
Oh, did I mention it out loud?
You did mention it to me last time.
Okay, well, I did find a Quantakinetic.
Pretty sure you did.
I found a Quantakinetic. We did mention wanting to find one at some point, so I kind of took
to fix the ship.
To help fix the ship. I think we remember the Orc Cloud factory that Shell. I think Shell was it Shell who mentioned the Orc
I think
Cloud?
it was one of her contacts.
One of
Alex's contacts.
One of the
Maybe so.
Someone told us about a factory out in the Orc Cloud that hadn't been hit by the Project Rewrite, and I'm pretty sure there might be a Quantakinetic out there. I might be wrong about those two being overlapping, but there is a Quantakinetic out in the Orc Cloud. I caught them in between whatever it is they do to hide. So if we wanted to go, like, add another weirdo to the team...
Or at least try to
convince
see
them
if
to
ship...
help.
Well, yes, try to get ship's weird interference problem.
I did get a distinct sense that this wouldn't exactly be the easiest sell in the world, though. That was what I got from a feeling.
Yeah, I think we all know why it wouldn't really be the easiest sell in the
Go
world.
kick in the door of their hideout. Hey, nerd, fix our ship. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But now's probably not the right time to worry about that.
I was also going to say, unless you have like a place for us to go, there's no fucking way we can do anything with that.
Well, I know where they are. Like I do know.
You know
where they are.
nebulously where they are.
No, I know where. No, I know exactly where they are. It's just
or were.
or were, but I could. They
It's a
may
good
have.
start, though.
They may have left. That is true. But I could find them again if we ever need to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this thing is so cool.
Yeah, it has like she has like a rack of like little jelly discs for all sorts of like you're able to identify it. She kind of left you a little translator thing for what they
Good.
all are, and it's just like sort of household goods and food and all sorts of like clothing is not the right word, but like modifications that she can put on her biosuit.
Actually, give me one of the oranges. Give me a piece of fruit. I want to see if it'll.
It takes it in, and like you hear like sort of like this muscular squishing, but it just seems to assimilate it in as usable biomass.
Oh, I fed it.
It needs a that is
Do
another
not
thing.
name it.
Another thing it needs is raw biomass, which is easy enough to come by.
Yeah.
It's what all of your own makers use to make food and living and stuff. But yeah, so that it does not then shoot out another orange.
Yeah, of course. I was curious though.
You need a goo disc for that.
I need a goo
you
disc.
need a goo disc.
Obviously, let me find a goo disc. Hey, look, there is
yeah.
a food one.
Yeah, there is a whole section of like her favorite foods, but they're all kin food.
Well, we could try. We could
Do we
native,
want to
try native food and.
That sounds like a great way to end up poisoning ourselves. I'm just
Yeah, I
gonna
don't know
say
how
it.
much.
Y'all
mean, I
remember
can
that
fix
scene
it.
from Family Guy when they were all throwing up?
Yeah.
We can have that scene.
No,
I think I'm good without that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to know. I don't want to know what chin chowder is.
No.
Chowder.
Who wants chowder?
Oh.
How about
I'm sorry, audience.
All right.
No, you're not.
Sorry, children.
I'm sorry, children.
Okay, maybe we'll make food later. All right. But yeah, I'm
See
definitely.
if there's if you can make if there's like a miniature toy version of the transportation beetle. I want to see what that thing looks like.
Oh,
That's an
okay.
idea.
If she
Yeah.
has toys.
Flip.
Yeah, there is kind of like a, it's not so much a toy, it's like, it's just like a thing that like, it's built on sort of the same model. It's a thing that carries stuff for her,
Okay.
while she's around the and it's like very, yeah, you're like going over the operations of it, like, yeah, it can create this living thing that performs a function, and if they don't want to feed it and keep it alive, they just feed it back into the thing as biomass. So she doesn't have one right now, so you can create life if you so desire.
I'm simultaneously awed and horrified.
Sploosh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you start the process. It is not necessarily an instant process.
Yeah.
Because it has to birth a living creature. But yeah, it'll take a couple hours to put that one together.
I'm just staring at it, watching as it does.
What about the rest of you? What are you guys getting up to?
Well, if we wanted to spend some time here, I'm gonna try to learn at least a few words of the Chin language. At least enough to understand, or read, or something if she has stuff written out.
Yeah, she has some like books, and she has like a, like she anticipated some of the stuff you would have wanted. So, kin language is very simple, actually, because most of it's telepathic. The language there is sort of like for emphasis or like when someone is psionically tired, or just sort of like it kind of goes hand in hand, flows back and forth. So what she has is, and like some of it is biotechnological assisted. Like say you want to yell at someone across a way, you have your little thing yell. So basically, it's kind of like a mouth that kind of is raised above a little platter thing.
Like that horrible robot mouth they
Like
made.
that horrible robot mouth. But it doesn't even look like a human face at all.
Oh no.
So it just, it vocalizes. And then it's essentially like BioPutty Duolingo. But yeah, so you give me a humanities roll to try and
Can
get
I-
a hang of it.
Intellect.
Is
Yeah.
anybody else thinking of naked lunch, or is that just
On
me?
the list of phrases I never ever wanted to hear in my life, biomechanical silly putty was one of them.
Well, you're playing Aeon, and aliens are weird.
That is 3. If reverse engineering is part of it, then that would be...
No,
okay.
no, not this.
Okay, then yeah, just 3.
So, yeah, so you spend some time, about the same time it takes for the thing to churn out the little bio beetle. Yeah, there's not a lot of fuckable aliens in this. Like, they're none
I
of,
didn't even
I'll
think
find a
about that.
way.
Why are you going
yeah,
there?
none of them go off the human, like, it's not Star Trek here.
We're not playing Kirk. We weren't asking.
I know, I'm just saying.
I
I'm just-
totally wasn't playing
I'm glad
Kirk,
you had
but
it.
also
I am playing kind of Kirk.
I was also
It's
gonna
important
say,
for me to know.
Scott, don't kink shame me.
Where are the green ones at?
I'm just saying it's going to take a lot of work.
Another birthing process has to
Yeah,
happen.
biocompatibility is not a thing in this.
I was like,
universe.
how interested are you in bells?
I'm going to hell.
Right.
Bells, bells.
Gotta love it.
Nope.
Anyway, yeah, so you're familiarizing with this. You're watching the birthing process.
Yep.
What is Asher up to?
Squidding taco. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, other than using like my memory polyp to just kind of like store all the shit that Alex is doing.
Yeah, that is a piece of kin biotech.
Yes, it is just a piece of kin biotech that I have installed. I realize now that we are all, having now linked up with everyone, we are all juiced the living fuck up, like way more than we were. And I think now is the time to try to understand, what the fuck does it mean to become a proxy? How does that work?
Oh God.
I have a few hours to sit here and do nothing.
Okay.
So I could do Dakir to do it, or to try to get...
Dakir would be a thing. The actual, like, thinking through the process and looking through is going to be a science roll.
Oh, dear.
I'll help you later.
Okay, so I'm absolutely...
But you could try and Dakir about it.
I'll Dakir about it because that's kind of the avenue with which I would, understand this.
To cure things over.
Yeah. Since I'm kind of just sitting in a stranger's apartment right now, might as well think about the higher meanings of the universe. Where the hell is that roll? There.
Hey, usually they don't just leave you here unattended.
A lot of trust just got. A lot of trust.
Yep.
A lot of trust had to happen for what we're about to do.
Yeah.
We're breaking the law, kids.
Super.
Like
That
Multiple laws,
Yeah.
like intergalactic law.
interplanetary
We're going
species
interstellar.
relations. Yeah.
I got a 4.
Sabotage?
4? Okay. You're sitting here. You're thinking about the proxies. You're thinking about, like, how does one become, like, the proxies, the ones in charge of the side orders, from what you gather, didn't have to go through this process. Whatever process they did created them as they are. Which is strange. Like, their this is all pre-vision stuff. This is sort of common knowledge.
Okay.
Their explanation, because someone's going to ask, is we went through a very dangerous, very experimental project that was very fine-tuned for us. And when we tried to reproduce it, when we tried to manage it and bring it down to a more reproducible scale, it didn't work. That's what the explanation is.
Okay.
And so the Prometheus tank was developed to make a more reliable method of triggering latent psions. And as you're sitting amongst all of this strange living technology, you begin to have a vision of the Prometheus tank. And you only had a very short experience relatively with it, but it was an incredibly intense, intimate, powerful experience. The tank is still a still point. You can sense it wherever you go. It is one of the Clairsentient rocks, and you have to imagine that the other tanks have some sort of similar imprint on the others who have gone through the process. And you see the avenue. You see sort of the beginning point. You have the triggered latent, grows in power, focuses, increases their own personal side through this fairly slow, laborious process. And even then, requires there to be some sort of process that is not entirely known to rank and file scions, meaning you have to get that second dot in your path. And that is sort of like the threshold of whatever leads you into this process. There has to be some sort of secondary process. And your mind just catches again, your Dakir pulls you to focus on something doesn't seem right about the proxies themselves. That it does not provide you an answer. It shows you a hole where an answer should be, but is not. And you come out of your Dakir not with any new revelation per se, but with this like sharp breath of instinctual distrust. They're lying. There's something more to this. What aren't they saying?
What aren't they telling us?
And that is what the noetic totality shows you.
So Asher basically shuts up for 4 straight hours and comes out with a knitted brow looking kind of annoyed. Meanwhile...
Yeah. So this little kind of like beetle purse dog, the birthing chamber opens. It kind of gets pushed / rolls itself out, extends its little manipulator walker arms, and like takes a couple of uneasy steps, and then like comes up to your side and like opens up a cavity for you to put like shopping purchases or the bottles or vases or whatever. It's just a receptacle to put stuff in.
Try to put an orange in it.
All right, Vega, hear me out.
All right.
For your first experiment in modifying a design, let's make one, but give it a cute kitty cat face.
That would be fucking horrifying. What's wrong with you?
And a tail, then. Fine.
That doesn't make it any better.
Actually, on this one that's already here.
Yeah, this is a standard design.
Yeah. Since I can use itrosis to push and change the template.
Mm-hmm.
We will start with cosmetic.
Okay.
And then we will see how far we can go.
All right.
From that point.
Let's take a look at those rules to see what exactly we can do here.
All
Or
right.
you can make it look like a big rat so that the kitties could play with him.
I mean,
Sorry. Also, quick question about this printer in particular. This is like, no one has this shit.
No one on Earth, other than other kin, probably.
Okay, so this is just some secret kin shit that, like...
Yeah, this is a very standard kin possession.
okay,
Gotcha.
To make it stronger.
Everyone has their
Like,
little
just like
3D
everyone
printers.
on most households have a maker.
Right.
Like maybe 2 makers, like a thing that creates physical objects and then a thing that creates foodstuffs. Like it's on par with what that kind of level of technology is.
It would be so
But this
handy.
does it in an incredibly different way.
I can cure mental trauma.
Yeah.
So once I...
Oh, man,
no.
let's get around the circle.
Oh, no.
Let's do that,
Once
boy.
you Cronenberg this poor
Oh my God.
purse dog,
Let's work through some shit. Let's do that. Let's get it all out now.
All right. Okay.
I've got
restore
miles of daddy
templates.
issues I could use gotten out of my head.
Yeah, I think this is all going to be a just template, which is fine.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because that's the one where you make limbs and
We're
bring
gonna
people
commit
back
war
to life.
crimes, boys and girls.
Oh, yes, we are! Yeah, so I guess regeneration table would be a good way to
So
start.
here's the thing about this power.
This is weird.
Let's talk a little bit about how Vitakinesis works. Vitakinesis works off of the psionic biological template. So it kind of says, like, okay, let's say someone gets their finger shot off. Within a certain period of time, that is an aberration to the psionic biological template. So you're just saying, let's rewind a little bit, let's pour psi in to make it the way it should be. Now, if you have lost that finger a long time ago, the template adjusts to make you having 4 fingers your normal. What Restore Template does is actually modify the template to restore it back to a previous state. It generally does not cause changes beyond what a normal human or normal object is. It's more about something has been severely damaged, has been damaged for a while so that the body has accepted it as normal. What you're talking about doing here is really something that a Vitakinetic and a Biokinetic working together can do.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
because
you think because the little jellies are kind of like stem cell pattern spaces, you think that you can use it on that, but actually changing a living creature beyond what it's supposed to be, like beyond like it having received damage, you actually don't think that this power can actually make that change.
he can also cure hereditary physical or mental illnesses.
Yes.
Hereditary
Yes.
issues. Like, so.
Yes, because that would be an instance of, yeah, your template has always been this way, but it's still a deviation from human normal, so you kludge it together.
But it does seem like you
Can
mess with
transform somebody's appearance costs.
So it sounds like the thing to do would be
Mess
to
with
apply
the
this
jelly.
to the jelly instead of a finished thing.
Yeah.
because the jelly is the template, technically.
I'm just. Jesus.
Have you heard from your dad?
No.
Want me to find your dad? I'm gonna find your dad.
All right.
Okay, find my dad.
Where's Damian's dad?
Take a roll.
All right. I'm going to put orange inside purse dog 1, and I'm going to.
Okay, it holds the orange. Are you putting it in the storage cavity or
the storage cavity
or,
for right
or
now.
in the food cavity?
Storage cavity.
Yeah, boop, it just holds the orange.
Now it has an inventory
It
of
is
one
a
orange.
it is a moving thing that holds things,
Plus 1 orange.
Cool. All right. Awesome.
and it just kind of like putters around.
In my mind, it looks like a pill bug, like a roly-poly, but it has like a little sliding van door in the side.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very cute.
2.
2. Yeah, I mean you're on the same general planet. You're in your attunement range. He is in New York, in one of the Fed buildings.
Guess you just hadn't returned the call yet.
Yeah, he describes the location to you. That jives with what you know his office to be at his job.
Is there anybody else in there with him? Can you see?
Oh yeah, 1 sec. I'll go into his office. Hold on. Yes. Yep.
He's currently alone, but he is, like, you can see that he's talking with some people on like a hollow projection.
He's on a conference call.
Of course he is.
But actually, now that I'm in his office,
Oh my god.
so what is his title?
Brigadier General Jeremiah Harris?
Yeah, he's part of. He's a part of the command structure of the FSA military, the FSM.
All right, and just in that case, I will pull out quickly because I have no idea how many sensors and whatnot they have in there.
I think it probably makes sense why we played together as kids now, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does make sense.
It's fine.
Man. All right. Well, okay. Well, he's on a call. I don't know if that. I got out of there before anyone noticed.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know what they've got set up in the Fed buildings.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, that was probably inadvisable. Whatever. But he's not in a jail cell, so that's good.
Yeah. I just...
He'd have to know, right?
Oh, he definitely knows. He has to know. Maybe he's
They
on
would
that.
Not tell
He
him.
doesn't necessarily have to know.
I don't know. Decisions could be made much further down the chain, I guess.
I mean, I
but-
could have listened to the call, but I didn't want to stay any longer than I was supposed to.
That's probably a better move to have made.
You know.
Yeah, it's probably better that you didn't listen in.
I already know too many secrets. Also, I get
So many secrets.
too many secrets. Looks at
Purse dog comes
looks at
over.
first dog.
Hey, old guy.
Oh, little dude. Oh, little dude. Oh my God.
Yeah. They put like a coaster into it.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want the orange?
That's
gonna-
horrifying
gonna
and
eat some
adorable at
apples.
the same time. Oh my god.
All right. What you crazy kids want to do? We got time.
If
Are
we
you
made
gonna
it slightly
try
bigger, we'll make it
and
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead and let's make an adjust template roll.
Okay.
She had, like she said, she gave you kind of like the basic servitor.
Okay.
And you have your biotech suit, essentially. So you're basically attempting to graft the biotech suit DNA into the servitor DNA. This is going to be pretty difficult.
Yep.
You may want to boost yourself.
I can do that.
You totally.
That's
can-
right, I can totally do
You
that.
can juice the shit out of
Because
yourself.
I just need 3 psi points to
Yeah,
do this.
You will have your full psi rating back by this point.
So that would be a total of 9. So sure, let's do that. So that's I just drop that. Well, I'm pushing myself. So yeah, that would actually be psi 10 then.
No, you roll your psi 5.
No. But I'm spending 10 psi
Oh,
points.
10 psi. Okay, that's where we go. Yeah.
That's what I meant. I was like,
Side 10.
no, I
fair.
do not have psi 10.
That was confusing for a moment.
But you do get the 2 enhancement from your upward focus.
Okay. Because I am pushing again. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Okay, so 2 successes get eaten up by the difficulty.
Yep.
So you have 5. Does that include your plus 2 enhancement?
No.
Okay, so you have 7 successes to play with. So you could boost
I
it-
could get myself up to psi 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So inadequate.
It's great. We feel like gods.
Oh my god.
We will become living gods. Oh,
Apparently.
that's why they don't do this much.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Normal
I'm gonna
people
go
shouldn't
mad.
have that kind of power.
I'm gonna go mad
Keep
with
it here.
power.
We should
Plus
absolutely
your
have that kind of
psi
power.
mode.
Oh, we should.
Psi mode.
Because
Psi 7.
you're using your Taurus.
Yes.
So that would be.
That's 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 7 for the psi.
Mm-hmm.
And we all get to play Exalted.
I am having flashbacks.
Yeah, a little bit.
2, 3, 4, 5. It's just 5 successes.
Just 5 successes. Okay.
Just 5.
I know. But goddamn, I feel like a god for 5 hours.
So you make some modifications to the jelly. You add in some of the core strands. Like you actually have to do damage to your biosuit.
Okay.
To
It's fine. We'll buy another one.
I mean, you can just heal it.
Again, yeah, it's fine. Oh, that's right. Bio, duh.
Yeah. So yeah, you actually have to like dig into kind of like the core stock of your biosuit to extract essentially the marrow stem cell stack, and you merge it together and kind of will it to be what it is that she was describing, like a thing that looks like a servitor but serves as a human biosuit and kind of looks like what a human servitor, a human appearing servitor would look like. Would you like to spend any momentum?
Sure.
You can spend 2.
Do it.
I'm gonna spend 2.
Okay.
They ask you if you want to
That
spend momentum.
cashes y'all out. So you make the modifications. You kind of now kiss these 2 stacks of DNA together and feed it into the machine. And we'll have to wait several hours to see what plops out.
Oh boy.
This is so cool and terrifying to watch.
So while that's happening, you've done your looky-loo. What about Alex? What's Alex getting up to? You've got you think a pretty good handle on, like, I won't say that you can speak it because it's using organs that aren't normally, like, they're not even natural organs. Right. Because, like, in their own form, they don't actually make any sound. This is something that has been, like, technologically developed.
Basically, I want to be able to respond if I do hear somebody else speak.
So yeah, you kind of, like, you mentally get your handle on, like, basic sentence structure. Like, basically, like, they developed this primarily to speak human languages, but they've been using it in their servitor tech to make them talk. They
introduced emojis.
Indeed, it's real weird. But you think you can get a handle on it. You think you can understand it and make responses once you are in one of these suits.
Well, what now? We gotta wait on that thing, I guess.
Was Damian going to be getting up to anything then?
Yeah, probably I'm just going to message my dad again.
Okay.
This time just messaging him.
Okay, what are you sending him?
If you don't at least give me a response to confirm that you've got my message, I'm just going to show up.
They probably hate that.
Or want that.
They don't really get along, guys.
Well, I didn't want to say that your dad may have something to do with this, but he might definitely have something to do with this.
Oh, Damian's not sharing that he's saying
No,
that.
right.
Noted. Okay. You do not get an immediate response. Yeah.
Gonna give it an hour or so.
Something, a pushback from your Nexus surfing, kind of gives you a kick in the butt. Like you sort of like see those little fractal paths that lead down to the conflict regarding Damian's brother thing. Mm-hmm. It's like you feel it in your mind, like your foot slipping down it, and you kind of have this like impression of, oh, Damian might push us towards that real quick.
So you didn't say you did what you did, though.
No, but I'm obviously...
Nexus surfacing pushes you to act like you get an impression that Damian might do something that will lock you into that path.
I'm also, visibly texting on my phone. So.
Hey, don't do it. Don't.
Do what?
Don't talk to him. Your dad. If you talk to him, I think that sets us. If you go to him, talk to him, I think that sets us down that path. There's 3 ways. Sorry, Clairsentient time. There's 3 things. There's 3 ways. Water, fire, void. Water's out there. That's kind of where we're at. Fire's down there. I think you know what I mean. Void or cloud. Your dad's fire. Like, your dad leads us down the hole to fire. So that we might have to be careful with any further dealings with him. Sorry. I think he might have something to do with it. Well, I'm almost sure now.
Yeah, and as he's talking about it, you're reminded of what they did with your brother. They baited you. And if you just show up in a federally
Yeah.
controlled building, that's another way of them getting what they want.
Yeah.
But, I think that kind of clears things at least a little bit further about what the situation is and how bad it is. Fucker. Not you, your dad.
I know. Yeah, even if he doesn't have anything to do with it, it's probably not exactly a smart thing for me to do, just to do what I threatened to do.
It's a lot. It's a lot weirder when it comes and hits you in the face. Oof.
No, I don't see shit like you do.
It's a lot.
And I'm a little amped up right now.
Yeah, I know. A lot of extra juice. You want to do something with it.
Yes, I want to do something with it. I want to do anything right now other than fucking sit here.
Well, shit. We should do something then.
Yeah, like what?
Hey, who was that biokinetic that we got some stuff off of?
Oh,
we
the
did
guy from
smuggling.
Norsa?
Yeah.
I mean, that was on a different. I don't know if he's.
No,
What?
no. I'm just like, I wonder what's needed to get dunked again.
Can't get dunked again.
We need a biokinetic.
There's no getting dunked again. This is.
You are what you are.
It's a one-way trip, Vega.
We could just.
Yeah, a
Fix it.
quick look onto things. They've never done it because they know it would kill you.
Ah!
Like you go in there, you try and go in there twice, the process would kill you.
But biokinetic and vitakinetic.
There's a way to do that, and they don't exist.
They don't.
They legally don't exist.
Okay.
Don't talk about the sire. We don't talk about those.
No, we don't talk about that shit.
But no, you could. I mean, like I said, you could just collaborate with a biokinetic.
I know. Did we make friends?
I mean, you did, but that was out in the asteroid belt. You don't know where you.
That's fair.
I wouldn't just be calling Norsa for what we're doing.
Not right about
I wouldn't
now.
be telling Norsa
Definitely
anything
not
about
right
what
now.
we're doing.
I wouldn't try to get any extra attention on us right now from anyone.
Listen, I understand that you have a toy and you want to use it. But I, as a person who can literally see anything anywhere,
No good comes of this.
no good comes of it. Just walk before you can run.
I feel like this is how you end up with more arms and sense.
That is how you get more arms than sense.
But more arms would be so good right now.
That you're not.
I wouldn't need purse dog.
No,
On a
I'm-
different quantum plane, give us small nods. Arms are good.
Holy fucking
It
god.
helps if you have an extra pair.
This is how we go the same way of the fucking Aberrants, guys.
It's a metaphor for being gay.
Too late.
Alright, I'll just go back to staring.
Yeah, it's churning away. Its belly's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's never not going to be gross.
So I've been having to think. We are all, as far as I can tell, getting on towards not the limits of how high we can ascend, but I know I am. I can feel myself bumping up against something.
Yeah.
And I had a really hard think about what it requires to get over that hump. And there's something missing. Like how the original proxies did it. Now, we know what they said, that it was a super special process, guys. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. And I think... Well, there's one person that I'm pretty sure if I confronted on the matter, I might be able to get, not a straight answer, because he doesn't do those, but he definitely might have an answer.
You're a proxy?
Yeah, but that's after we commit the interstellar crime. Not that he doesn't know we're going to commit the interstellar crime, he probably already does, but like...
This is the reality where we're going to have done that.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like to be the old man, but I don't... Kind of
Sure
want
you
to.
want to be? I mean, look.
Kinda?
Now can I do that science think on Proxyhood?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So many dice.
Okay, but hear me out. If that's a hump that you want to get over, you are going to know exactly what it is to think like the old man.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'd rather know everything or most everything than not know anything. So
6.
Okay, 6. So sort of like following down Asher's lead, you also think about the Prometheus tank and how it was from a technological level, because you were already thinking along those lines. You had some training in technological and even some biotechnological abilities, but then you got intimately connected to how electricity, bioelectricity, technology, how all of these things coalesce and intermingle, and your remembrance and your, you can't forget it. It's like the Prometheus tank in your mind is like the technology. It is the marriage of everything that electrokinesis can do as a piece of technology. And it doesn't churn out proxies. It just doesn't. There had to have been some prototype tank or different machine entirely that did what it did to the proxies. The legend is it happened up on the moon. And as you're sort of piecing it all together, how the fuck did they do that? Like, human biotechnology came about as a result of the proxies doing what they did with the Prometheus tank. But it's such a massive technological leap.
Yeah,
And as you're surrounded by alien biotechnology,
something clicks.
something clicks. It's not the answer, but it's a plausible answer that it probably is based off alien biotechnology that you only have one other example of, which is the things that surrounding you. But they don't have proxies. They only have telepaths and like tiny little powers. If they could do something like that, they sure as hell would have already done it.
Yeah, I think they got that from something extra, from something not human and not Jen, or Ken, whatever.
Are we, other than the chromatics, are we like educated on the other alien species out there? Or
Not other than the kin and the chromatics. You know about the existence of the coalition, but they are not psionic at all.
Okay, so there is some sort of question mark, psionically active race that is just, that's the void space in here. Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
But that being, that makes sense. But
Or they found something that
or they
belonged to somebody
found-
long dead or something.
well, like we
but-
found an ancient rock with some shit on it, and it drove us kind of crazy. The reason I'm thinking about this is because what we are facing right now seems, to me personally, insurmountable, in terms of going up against those class of beings the size that they are and
Yes.
what we are. So really, this is my FSA training asking me to find a bigger gun. That's what I guess I'm looking for here. So if we can find a bigger gun, we might have a better chance. Now, I don't know how to go about that, but we're thinking about.
Scions have risen.
That there are
There's
others.
a known quantity. They go back to the order, undergo some sort of
so
training.
There are other.
There are
there are other proxy tier.
yeah, Monica
beings.
Summers.
Okay, cool.
She's a proxy tier telekinetic.
I see. Okay, cool.
So they probably do have machines that
There is something
can bump someone along.
where they
Or
have
some way of doing it.
something.
They have some way of doing it.
Well, that definitely means we would need to confront a proxy face to face. Oh boy, don't want to do that. Well,
I might be.
I feel reasonably safe speaking to mine about it, but
it's true. I don't think the old man would throw me in the gulag.
No, most I think we get. Well, you get a no. Well, depending on how confrontational you were in such confrontation.
I would never. Not with him. No, he's a good dude. I wouldn't be. As far as I understand, he's a pretty good dude. So I wouldn't.
The general consensus in the ISRA is, if he's evil, we're all fucked anyway.
Right? Like, I sure as shit hope he's not evil. That would tint my view of the universe in a really bad way.
If he's evil, we might as well go to evil.
We might as well just be evil too.
I mean, like, it's not exactly something I would ever be uncomfortable asking Proxy Antoine about, because
Well, it's
You have a very close relationship with them.
we all do.
I mean, I know we're technically burned, but we're not. That's publicly.
Gray area, yeah. Publicly, yeah, but privately, complicated from what it seems.
Well, I bet if I go looking for him, it won't be hard to find him.
As you guys are kind of navel gazing and thinking about things, eventually there's a little burbling chime, and this tight package births out of the opening.
court.
It's like removing a chicken in a can.
Oh God! a little bit, but it like has like a membrane around it.
Even better.
You'd have to.
You have to cut through.
Yeah, you have to cut through and unfold, unpack, and the externality of it looks similar to a kin biosuit in like the lines and the colors, but when you like fully unpack it and like there's like a little like pops of air bladders that inflate parts of it. Yeah, you have a humanoid shape, but otherwise like completely like facially featureless, and like depersonalized. It looks like a depersonalized kin biosuit, but it is one that has a cavity for a human body.
Well,
How in the fuck?
I guess
She's good at her job. I don't know.
we're gonna give this a go.
Don't you want to hose it off?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, why don't one of us get in it so that if it kills us, you can fix us?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay,
I'll
fine.
do it. It's fine.
Get in the canned chicken.
Oh, well, don't worry. If this thing... Ooh. Don't worry. If I'm about to do something cataclysmically stupid, it'll tell me.
Okay.
It's been a time you want to re-roll for alertness.
Okay.
Let's just make sure you pull that off.
Yeah. Sure.
Remember to hit your save point.
I'm not going to hit the save point. The alertness is just like, you're about to make a mistake and it's way harder to hurt you.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I've got like
Man, if only Vega had
yeah,
that.
right? I got 6. No, wait, plus 4 because it's way, way, way above me, so way below me. So yeah, I'm good. Like
Okay.
7 or
so
8.
All right, forget about that.
you're gonna have to take off all your clothes.
Well,
This is not a thing that you can go in any other way but buck ass naked.
here we go.
It's like a second birthing.
Yeah,
Oh.
you kind of have to like.
Why?
Sort of
It's
reverse.
very tight at first. You have to kind of like pull it over you. Like there's a lot of stuff on the outside of it, and it is like very tight. But then once it encloses you,
I do like go, ah! A little as it encloses my
Yeah.
face.
Get enough air?
once it encloses you, it kind of shifts a little bit, stretches out in places, pulls some mass from parts of the exterior to conform to your body, and it's not dissimilar from wearing an environment suit. It just doesn't have all of the accoutrements that like a see-through panel or anything. It's actually very helpful that you have clairsentience, because like it seems to like tap in, detect that you have that sense, and compensate for that. and you're seeing more through clairsentience than you are anything else.
Okay.
You good in there, buddy?
How's it working?
I would imagine when you're.
Can you make a mouth hole?
When he's talking, that little like alien putty mouth starts to make kin language noises.
Spooky. Spooky. Danger.
Hey, we totally can't understand a single fuck thing you're saying, buddy.
You can give me a humanities roll.
I complete like.
This is Damian just speaking for himself.
Yeah.
We're
Like,
in the
fuck that. I
We're in
don't
the
want
mind
to
link
manage.
right now, but
Yeah.
it's like going like he's so confused that it's like.
Yeah.
Ah.
I need to pull you out.
Oh man, I hate this.
That is one success.
Yeah, it's good that you have that mind link.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Whew. Okay. Whew, whew. All right. I'm good. I'm good. No, it's fine. It's just. Did you tell it to like understand what powers we have and see through it, because that is something that is happening right now.
No, I didn't. That's
'Cause
awesome.
I
Tell
can't-
me everything.
I can't see shit, but I
Life
can
finds
see
a
a
way.
lot. Oh, this is weird. Hold on. I do like karate chop move as one does in a Sentai suit.
Yeah, you have pretty good range of motion. Like it does restrict your movement a little bit, so that you don't have like entirely fluid motion. Like like you guys watching this, like this looks like a very advanced robot moving than a person moving.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
So the
That's
illusion. So the illusion's holding, huh? That's good. Okay. Ugh,
Oh man, can you see what I'm seeing through the link?
I can't.
No, it's
In the link, thank God I can't.
Yeah.
I would
You
need
don't
to be
want
a-
to see it or hear it. Ugh.
I need to be a much better telepath to do that. And I'm kind of glad I'm not right now.
Yeah, no, you don't want to.
All right, I think I'm gonna shuck myself.
Record.
I'm gonna get shucked.
I just want to be recording this whole thing.
Yeah, you have your
For
mini comp
personal.
recording it.
Yes. All right. Let me see you give birth to yourself.
Damian is
Vega,
stumbled
what the
over.
fuck?
Do
Okay.
you disengage it?
I'll disengage
It
it.
kind of blows out like a balloon a little bit, and then you're able to kind of like climb out of it before it retracts back in on itself into kind of a compact suit.
And he kind of action rolls behind a couch. It's like, don't
Not
mind
the
me.
first time we've seen your ass. Come on.
I know, but I feel very moistened right now, and I'm more shiny than I wish to be.
Oh my gosh, how was
Wow.
Next year on Fashion Week.
Hand comes out and claws pants.
His pants to him.
Thank you.
it? Yeah, I'm about to say,
Yeah.
no, send the purse dog with the pants.
Let's not make this.
No,
Thanks,
let's
friend.
not make this
Thanks.
even weirder.
Nice little buddy. Okay, hop. All right. Well, that was horrifying, but very effective. Good job, Vega.
Well, effective for you because you can see other ways. I don't fucking know how that's gonna work for the rest of us.
You will probably be fine. Your spatial sense
That's
will
true.
take care of it.
Well, no, I mean, spatial sense doesn't let me see things, my guy.
Well, so neither does clairsentience. Not at the basic ways.
So-
Oh, I'm putting the suit on. I want to see what it's like with
I'm about to
regular
say,
suit.
I'm about to be that guy. I think everybody
already
should get a
stripping
turn.
down.
Yes, go, Alex.
Hose it down.
Do you like start ordering up
Yeah,
three
just
more?
queue 'em up.
Yes.
Queue 'em up? Yeah, you can do that.
no.
Like there's like a flashing indicator of like need more biomass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Off to
Here
the
you go.
grocery store.
Gotta
Or
feed it.
that.
No, she has stores.
Oh, okay.
She has plenty of like big bladder sacks full of
I want to make mine
undifferentiated
out of
goo.
pizza.
Yeah, you pull
delicious.
it on. It's kind of the same process. And like when it's starting to like calibrate your senses, it taps into your spectrum sight.
Okay, cool.
and
Insight.
it also like it stimulates like it kind of reverse photokinaseses you. So it's like kind of looking through a display more than anything else, but you can see pretty much normally.
Haha. My power involves light, so I can just see. Y'all just hear flack.
Jesus fuck!
Oh, it just does not sound wholesome. You're right. That is.
I told you!
Over the mind link.
Oh,
Most unwholesome.
It scorches.
This is so cool.
I take a few
Oh
steps
my
around
God.
the apartment and then like
Yeah. Presuming you wait around for the things. When you put yours on,
I want to try to lube up first. Does it make it easier or worse?
It has
feel like it
it
defines
does
its
its
own.
own.
kind of
It does
like
its
Okay,
own.
it's all kind of goo.
semi-organic slickness
Gotcha.
that helps with the
All right.
process.
I'm trying to think of ways to make this better or
No,
worse.
it is what it is.
We've made our choice.
Yeah, like you tap in and like you think that it kind of auto generates some very like rudimentary sight organs, like a secondary like biological process that you can see through, and then it piggybacks off your Kirlian eye to be able to your view of like non-living material is a little dim, but you see living things just like light up.
So on the kin planet, that'll be probably fine.
And
Do I have eyes from
like
the outside?
light sensitive patches?
You probably
Yeah.
have the divots, like
Okay.
the OG eyes.
Yeah.
And when you put it on, it is very much like you get. It is like your spatial sense sort of just ramps up into more of like an echolocation kind of experience. So you're feeling the physicality of things, and it maps onto a visual representation of it.
Holy shit, this is cool. Sound awful, of course.
Yes.
I'm just talking over the mind like that.
Oh.
It is very cool.
So by the time the other three are birthed out for you, it is about time to get ringing bells in the evening back on Earthside.
All right.
Morse code.
Oh boy.
Tappy communication
Just
as
use-
And you are
opposed
at
to...
the
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to
very
use
edge
that.
of your psi 7.
Okay. Okay. At least I get to be God for one more.
You're
one more
still
time.
God.
I need more.
All of it.
More dice.
Do we know how many light years away the Chin homeworld is, like from Earth? Is
A
it
lot.
A
just
lot.
more, like,
It's in the first edition book,
oh,
but
I
a
won't even
lot.
worry about
Very
it.
far. Jesus Christ,
Well,
guys.
Yeah, I think the proxies cap out at 350, so I'm imagining a lot.
There's one. That's two. Jesus Christ. We're gonna cut this one close again, aren't we?
Hooray! I love when we cut it close.
I hate it when I cut it close.
You do not have any more momentum to burn.
Oh, we're good.
All right.
We're good.
It's all right.
Yeah, you
And we're
recall that. You have that additional anchor point of the keyring doodad, and once again you breach many hundreds of millions of
Oh
light
no.
years.
Oh no.
Is anyone like? Are y'all wearing this?
That's
No.
what I was just thinking. I'm
Absolutely
like,
the
I'm
fuck
putting
no.
my clothes back
No,
on.
we're clothed. We're
No.
all right.
don't
Like
wanna-
I imagined Vega for a second. It's like, and you're all like,
we don't want to weird her out.
Vega,
That'd
no.
be weird.
They know
Okay,
don't make
yeah.
it weird.
So a couple minutes go by,
Customs.
and then you hear like the little kind of boop boop of the little scooter start to come through, and it rolls on through, and kind of goes behind her little curtain, and then pops into her biosuit and
And I'll
comes
close
out.
again.
Whew. Yeah. Okay. How have things been going? Has it been productive?
I'd say so.
I pointed at the creepy biosuits lined up behind us.
and also the little walking.
Oh, you made a personal transport.
Figured it would be easier to start with
They
something.
wanted to see what they'd look like.
Oh, and you made the servitor shells.
I think.
Interesting. And she kind of like her eyes close and she focuses a little bit, and your attunement begins to feel some psychic movement, and she kind of raises her hands up a little bit and they animate. They say, testing the functions.
Cool.
And they fall into formation and say, all right, well, the servitor functions are working. And you can get into them.
Yep. And we can sort of see. Like the way we visualize seems to be connected to our powers.
I should be able to share my own senses very easily while you're in it. So hopefully, interesting. I know. That's very interesting. We'll have to try that to make sure that we can complete your vision through my senses.
Yes.
But excellent. I think. I mean, even if we don't get a transport beetle, then we can
got
just have you be my
alternatives.
servitor.
Backup, yes.
Yeah.
And excellent. We have a basic plan. Yes, I've made contact with several of my friends and associates, and I believe within about a week and a half, if we wanted to act then, there is something on the schedule. It's I don't think we would be doing too much of a problem by hijacking it. It's kind of like an official function, sort of ceremonial, kind of lecture, kind of thing that one of the faculty is putting on.
So they'll be happy for the change of pace.
Yeah, it's something that that many people will be made to go to. That we can interrupt and make into an actual enjoyable experience. That is if we wish to go within a week and a half. There are some things on the schedule later out that we could probably work with in time, but if we wanted to do it, that would be the time. I have a lead that if we wanted to go to the bioengineering biofactory and make something, or if we want to just go with what you've been able to engineer yourself.
Well, having had to think about it, once we're planet side, we're fine. Like, we don't really need much in the way. We can between myself and Alex, as long as we're not being viewed or something, we can pretty easily access any system on the planet.
Oh my. Well, I mean, I'm certain that they have some measure of detection and counteraction. I mean, our
We're going to, don't worry,
Oh,
intend to restrict my activities purely to what we're being contracted for.
Oh, right. No, that wasn't me saying, we can show it to everybody, although that would be cool.
we should keep it
That was-
somewhat
Yes.
localized.
Talk about the interstellar incident. I know, that would probably be like an act of war or something.
Yes.
I mean, the secondary part is sort of distributing the base project onto thing, and I think I need to touch base with my friend who is very skilled at our biocomputer network to get that squared away. But that's something that we can do when we go.
Yeah, I think a week and a half is fine. We don't really have any large-scale plans that are going to
Yeah.
probably take us off-world.
It's not like I can't get us back quickly, even if we did.
Yeah.
True, very true, very true. That I think if you were to take Chomps up on his offer, I think that would be running it very tight. I don't know exactly what you would have to go through to develop the Divana ability, but that might, if you wished to do so, you would probably have to go do that fairly soon to get the process going.
Take my mind off the other stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty good, so I should be able to pick it up.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Okay, yes, that was very hectic. I had to do a lot of mind speaking very quickly, so I do need to rest.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
He kind of looks around and says, thank you for respecting my space.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course.
Once the performance is compiled, please let me know so I can begin vetting it for.
Excellent, excellent. I think the majority of it is ready and available, but whatever enhancements may be applied with your Divana will be probably more spontaneous.
I want to look at the information, at the actual data we're taking.
That
with
is
us.
doable.
Whatever
I will,
happens on the fly is fine.
I
with
will
me.
let Kelpie and Chomps know that you would like access to that file.
Thank you.
I'll talk to Chomps.
Have a pleasant rest.
Thank you, thank you. Says I should probably get resting and then go back to the embassy so that I'm not
So that you're not
missed.
missed.
Yes, I was supposed to be doing my studies here so that I do not fall behind back there. Tee hee.
Shaking hands and bribing people. Got already done diplomat stuff.
Yes, indeed. She says,
Yep.
thank you for collaborating with me on this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
This is gonna be crazy.
I still feel like
To our other beautiful apartments.
Indeed,
oh
yes.
my gosh.
And I'm going to teleport us there so that we're not seen
Yeah.
leaving
No,
this
Okay,
place.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's doable.
All right.
So yeah, you guys get back to your apartment, back to your suite. Yeah, I mean it's you guys aren't doing much public stuff anymore anyway, so it's pretty easy for you guys to kind of fade into the background.
Yeah.
And just kind of do the work.
As long as I'm feeling like a god, does anybody else want to feel it too?
I'd rather get. I won't say no. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, I'd certainly want to when we actually do this operation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Though Damian's the most important one to make sure is at maximum power.
Yes.
Yeah, when by the time you get back, you have a file kind of in your home system. It's could fit on your mini comp, but not much else would. So you kind of have like a home entertainment system that can hold a full bang file, and you can start going through it if you want.
Yep.
I'll message Chomps, tell him I'm ready to. It's like, all right, let's change some hearts and minds.
So like he just sends back like a wall of emojis.
Yep.
And,
I understand
and,
none of this.
and an address.
All right,
That I understand.
Addresses I can do. I don't know what shark mouth, a conch shell, exclamation point, nuclear explosion, drum kit, eggplant. No.
Wow. Yeah. So what about Vega's getting up to?
I wish to create more. No.
I wish to create more life.
You would need access to a
Fucking
bioengineering lab.
I know. All right. Well, maybe I'll just distract myself by master the halo.
Okay.
Did we bring the dog with us?
I hope not.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
no.
It would have been too.
Yeah, it'd be weird that we had that. Somebody,
Like we
if
didn't
somebody were
bring
to
the,
come into our rooms and find it,
we didn't bring the suits, so I assume we didn't bring the dog.
well, we definitely wouldn't bring the suits.
Okay,
come
so
back for
you're
you,
going to
little
be
one.
practicing on your halo?
Yep.
What about Damian? What's Damian getting up to?
Being anywhere that I don't have to hear her practicing on the hill.
Yeah. Head out to check things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go to the address where Chomps indicates. And he has booked some time in a fast learning facility. It is like a kind of a sensory overload. You have to take a lot of like cognitive enhancing drugs. And like you kind of go through an intense like arts program. Like you get kind of like flash fed a lot of information about like multidisciplinary art production, like kind of the cultural standards, like the full Wikipedia page on how to bang. It is like mentally exhausting. And by the end of it, they mentioned that like this sort of stuff is good for like boning up quick, but it will fade quickly. So you can temporarily buy the edge many frequencies, which is the prerequisite to the edge of Divana.
I see.
So you're going to have to buy, to actually do Muzzy and Bang, you're
Gotcha.
going to have to buy 2 edges.
Okay. I'll make note.
And we can go into, it can go into a little bit of XP to do that. But eventually, unless you take the Bang artist path, that information will fade away and you'll get the XP back.
Okay. Well, that's fine by me.
So yeah, and then like after that like sort of forced landing, like you have like actually a pretty clandestine kind of cloak and dagger meeting with a fellow Clairsentient who's a big part of the Muzzian scene, who just sort of like runs you through the basics of how to use a bang board, how to incorporate your Clairsentient visions into a bang project, and it's very businesslike. You're meeting with this person, like she's not wearing a focus crystal, she's not like chatting or palling around. Like you get the sensation this woman has been paid a lot of money to do this for you.
Gotcha.
But by the end of it, by about like this is just like 2 days with very little sleep.
Sweet.
Kind of training.
Great.
Yeah, by the end of it, you are very, very tired, and just feel like you've had a liberal arts degree shoved into your fucking head.
Oh God, doing what the entire education system could never do.
Exactly. So you can hold on to this information for maybe a month.
Oh, that'll be fine. Plenty of time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you know how to use a bang board. You know how to incorporate your visions into a bang performance. Yeah, you know what to do.
Sweet. I might lock that down permanently because it does sound pretty cool.
Yeah. It would, like I said, it would require taking the bang artist path.
Oh, you actually have to go full path to like lock down those.
Because it is a path specific. Many frequencies is a path specific edge, exclusive edge, and it is a prerequisite for the Divana edge.
Gotcha. I see. Okay, so this is in my head for
unless you
good
really
time,
want to dedicate yourself to it.
a good time, not a long time. Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, and you're kind of like wrestling with the implications of it because like you kind of start to get this external feeling of it as the bang show, like the bang show becomes a point in your clairsentient awareness. It is an event that is like you are heightened aware of it in your clairsentient sense of the future.
Ah, so now that I've made the decision, it's
Yeah,
there.
it is happening. You think that there's something that she didn't teach you that deals with that a little bit more potently, and you might be able to figure out what that is, but for now it's just like that is a point in my future.
Bang on.
Literally.
Yeah. So he comes back in with his hair all frazzled, eyes wide. I've seen so much. I'm gonna go lay down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go lay down.
I think
Yeah.
you probably look
All
like
right.
oof.
So you've been parsing through that. It's intense. Like it is like multimedia tracks with like a database underneath it of like kin cultural touchstones of like many different like modifications and variations that can be swapped in and out on the fly based off of bells ringing in the evening's decisions, because she will be in control of it, of the performance itself, because she will be having to be tapped into the telepathic network and making decisions of what parts of the performance to play when to most effectively convey the message of Blue Nebula to the Mixed Waters Institute.
This is just Alex being rigorous, making sure there's no like signs of like steganographic, data being hidden somewhere
Give
in
me
it, or
an Enigmas roll.
yes.
And what would Damian and Vega have been doing while Asher was at training? You just...
I'm banging on my drum, man.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure what else I can do to really... I really want to mess with the maker again and push that, but I'm like,
Yeah, she's
You don't
not,
have-
she's not at her apartment for you to...
yeah, you
fuck
don't have
around
full
with it.
access to that. That's
Really, you need to buy a dot of culture
I really do.
to get good.
That's fine.
We'll
We'll see how much XP I have.
What about Damian?
A lot of trying to just be out and keep myself busy in any way possible.
Okay.
There's definitely a few more calls placed home.
Mm-hmm.
Less angry aggro.
Okay. Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh God. That thing that I'm not very good at. Can I make a case for cunning?
Sure.
Okay.
Asher, write my text for me.
I would, but you're asleep, fucker.
I'm busy playing the hand though.
I'm all
So
geeked out on that art.
Actually, that's 2.
2? Okay. You eventually, about the time Asher comes back, get a message from an anonymous number.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not in your contacts. From reading it, you think it's your mom. And it says, "Your brother will be fine. He knows how to do his duty. Don't let him bait you."
Based mom?
Thank you. I'm sorry.
You get a link back, and then it says connection lost. This number is no longer in service. The link is to a diplomatic conference in England. About a day before you're set to go to Kinsushi. It is basically a link to the building where this is going to be happening. Now, England is pretty fascist. Like the Commonwealth is pretty. I think that's what they call it. The Commonwealth is pretty fascist in and of itself. But like you do a little bit of digging and like digging through the guest list, and you see your mom as a guest at this conference, but your dad is not.
Oh, I know where I'm going.
Yeah, so you have about a weekish before that her appearance at that conference is. Like it's going on for like a couple of days around it, but that's when she's she's going to be here.
She's gonna be there. Okay.
I got 6 if cracking codes counts for
Okay,
2 enhancement.
yeah, you dig through this pretty extensively. You spool out the code of how this all works. There's nothing malicious about it, but you do fix some programming errors. Like you make it tight.
Yeah.
Like there was like it's.
I didn't think I'd
it's-
find anything, but Alex would do their diligence on
Yeah,
this before
absolutely,
just
yeah.
handing over, possibly handing over Earth secrets.
Yeah, so you guys are getting ready. You have about a weekish in time before go time. What's everybody? What's? There's plenty to prepare, plenty to plan. You guys have the basic format of what you guys are going to do.
Well, I'll
So-
definitely spend. Oh, go ahead.
So you're going to be part of the performance now?
Yeah, I can definitely use a bang board now.
So
Yeah,
we'll be
they
there-
provide one to you.
I gotta practice it.
Okay, so that means we'll be there longer, I guess. We'll be there for the entire performance.
Yes,
Okay.
it will be, but I think it'll be a lot more effective.
As long as that's something you can do from not on the stage.
Oh yeah, it's any old
Second
place.
thought.
Yeah, I mean, you know that she plans on being in kind of like a control center. Like, there's no performers involved in this. Blue Nebula is not going to be there.
Right.
This is a pure recording that is going to be played, but it's going to be adjusted live, with both you and Bells working together to marry the performance to your visions, and she's going to be trying to gauge the mood essentially and make alterations.
Second question. Because this is such a big jump from Earth, what would you say to portaling the ASIYAH somewhere a little bit closer in their direction so that it's a little easier to get us out of there, just in case something happens?
I think that's a very ambitious thing to try to do.
Fair enough.
Because you have to remember, distance isn't the thing with teleportation. It's connection.
Right.
Yeah. That's going to be a very difficult
Right. So
thing to
just getting a
do.
random spot in space would be very hard.
I would need to.
Understood.
Also, there's the fact that you're not considering, and that's that we have disruption of our powers anywhere on board the ASIYAH. So getting us back to the ASIYAH would take some doing.
Yeah, we're getting us off of it.
Yes.
Well, here's to hoping it all goes to plan then.
I mean, it should.
Great. So, you're going to make sure that you have Damian at working at maximum capacity before we get the show started.
Yep.
Us too, if you can.
Yeah, juice us all the way down.
We're all going to be together in the control room with.
Yeah.
With
Well,
bells?
that way we're gonna be when we exit, we'll be able to exit quickly.
And we wanted to set up a test run, right?
I mean,
With Bell?
we
I-
can.
Well, I think we definitely should practice all. At least get used to the being in her telepathic link instead of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need to do, and especially if I'm gonna be operating this thing wearing a robot suit. Essentially, that might be a
you're going to
little.
need to practice.
The manual dexterity in those
Will's
suits.
just thought of Daft Punk. I just thought of Daft Punk.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't intend to think of Daft Punk.
Now,
We're
I mean, I
absolutely
will-
spaced daft.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am. I am just going to look like a Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys do a test run. You all get in the suits, and she mind links. She's got the capacity to network. And the feeling of being in a alien-initiated mind network, added to the fact that she kind of is subconsciously controlling the suits you're in a little bit.
That
Like,
was
I
a
did
concern.
wonder about that.
Yeah, she's like, this is odd. Normally they don't, I won't say fight back, but there's a second biological system that is, Do me a favor, go limp real quick.
Yeah, I was just said that I've
we
already
will.
gone limp. Like, I can't take control.
Yep.
Yeah, and she
Is that better?
pushes out, and you feel her will kind of not control you, but
But the-
control the suit.
Yeah.
And says like, okay, the suit takes care of a lot when I'm not controlling it, so that should be fine. But there may come a time when we need to put up appearances, and I will take control of the servitors.
Of course.
Sure.
Yep.
And just do your best to go limp.
Yep.
I trust you.
Because otherwise it'll look really weird if something inside the suit is fighting the movements of the suit.
That makes sense.
Yep.
As long as it doesn't try to bend me over backwards in a way that I'm not used to.
No, it should be. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's designed to not harm you. Oh boy. Okay. And she kind of like relaxes and releases control.
Okay.
Like, let's try and minimize that because that's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's why we're testing.
That's why we're trying it now so that we don't have any issues
Yeah, kind
day
of.
of.
Oh, fat fingers. Fat fingers.
And yes, when she is connected, like the senses that you gain from the suit plus her telepathic, the telepathic senses that she feed you essentially replicate normal vision.
Yeah.
Sick.
Excuse me. Awesome.
She's like, all right, well, I have to head back to Luna again. I will be back within maybe 2 days for final preparations. And then we'll do this thing.
All right.
All right, let's shuck. Good luck.
You need a quick trip back to Luna?
She says, no, it would be better if I went through my own.
Understood.
I am expected at certain times through
Oh,
certain
yeah.
conveyances.
Still an offer.
I don't want to imply that my parent is a tyrant or anything. He's a very good man, but he
great
has
questions.
his duty.
Yeah.
And
If they sent a car for you and you just showed up without the car, that would be weird.
that would be very
He's
strange.
being a good parent.
He is. He is. He just doesn't understand.
Wonder what
Yeah.
that's like.
Hmm.
At least having one out of the two.
All right. Well, I'll meet you back when we're ready to get this thing underboard.
All right.
I am very excited.
We're gonna bang.
Excellent.
We are going to
We are
bang.
going to bang.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Phrasing.
I know that. I know that.
Welcome to Earth.
Hey, it means that we're actually very fond of you for joking with you like
No,
that.
that's
so-
it. I enjoy a good jape.
And I'm a japist. Here and there.
She looks you very disappointedly.
I think we all are looking at
That's
him
not a
very-
good joke, actually.
No.
Was that a good joke?
No.
Was that a
No.
joke? Was
That
that
was
even
a
a joke?
fucking awful joke.
I don't even know anymore.
And as the disappointment descends on Asher,
Shame.
that is where we're going to end this episode of Trinity Continuum Messiah
I
AI.
didn't even realize what it rhymed with.
But anyway, if you'd like to support the show and the channel and a joke like that never happening again, you can go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios and become a patron. You can get join our Discord, chat with me, them, everybody else has done one of these things, and get early access to Cats and Calls so you can role play with us. Please check out our show notes. You can see what our cast and me are up to. And we will see you next week when we invade Kin with Rock.